This is the interior of the Hearst building where Red Book is situated. Red Book very, very kindly did a wonderful article on Kathy and I with a 3-page spread. It's on 56th Street on the west side off of 8th Avenue. Interestingly enough, about a block away is where Frank and I first lived when we were married. Here we are at 347 West 56th Street, and this is where we lived. Our beautiful building, our first building that we lived in where Danielle was born. You can see that there is an elevator. That's how I would bring her down in the carriage. Right over there. And then I will get through these 2 doors, come through, and the first carriage ride, the carriage was huge, and I brought her out and it was snowy and cold. She was born on December 21st, a year after Kathy, and I turned left and I walked over to 8th Avenue. That's when I got in trouble. So I brought the carriage out onto 8th Avenue, which is where we are now. But I didn't know how to get up and down the curbs. So how would you get a baby carriage about the size of a small car up and down these curbs? I didn't know. I stood here thinking, oh my God, how am I going to get up and down this for 10 blocks all the way down the 8th Avenue? Luckily, there were 2 ladies standing on the corner and they helped me. So it was on this corner that I was first helped. On 45th Street, which is where the Martin Beck Theater is. It's now called the Al Hirschfield Theater, but back then it was the Martin Beck, and it's where Frank worked as the manager. And we are approaching there now. I would come to visit him for lunch or afternoon. This is the box office. There's the stage entrance. There's Frank now.
Before they had the celebration.
My office was right above the marquee.
That's been.
He's been working here for 20
That is
or 27 years.
No, 37.
37 years. Oh my God. Here we are now walking down towards Sardi's. Sardi's was where we went whenever there was an opening to any of the shows. We went there maybe once a week.
I used to come here every Saturday for lunch before the matinee with Sam Schwartz. David Merrick had his table, Louis Latito had his table, the Schuberts had their table, and everybody knew everybody. And we used to give the butter boy $1 every time he put some butter on the table. And it's still here. It's pretty much unchanged. Come here for openings, and the New York Times printing place was right down the block. And we used to wait for the New York Times review to come in about 1 in the morning, and everyone would scream, "Was the Times good? How was the Times?" And then later came the Daily News and the New York Post and Herald Tribune. And
but the Times always came first?
The Times always came first because it was right down the street.
The world is an amazing place.